Yeah, we back. Welcome back to another episode of The Culture, the hottest broadcast in the game. Go to my playlist section. We have an entire playlist dedicated to this series. Now, in this series, we shine a light on who's really committing some of the most heinous crimes in the United States and around the world. This project was inspired by years of me listening to certain conservative voices in the media that had a habit of focusing on so-called crime in the black community as if crime was something that was unique to us. So that pushed me to dig deeper into the data, the headlines, and the statistics to see where the true criminality is actually coming from. Now, let's get into today's episode. Now, before we jump into today's episode, our news stories, right? Before we take a look at the calamity taking place in the community, I want to go to my comment section, right? Now, like I said, we have been discussing the topics that guys like Matt Walsh, guys like Brandon Tatum, the Hodge twins, Anthony Brian Logan, Candace Owens, Matt Walsh, Benny Johnson, all of these so-called conservative talking head grifters, we've been discussing the topics that they'll never talk about. The calamity taking place in their community, right? The topics they want to keep buried in the darkness. We've been bringing them to the light. Now, when it comes to the conservatives, a common talking point that you hear is them saying something like, black men are X amount of the population and they commit X amount of the crimes, right? And they try to frame the criminal activity happening in the black community as if it's a cultural element, right? As if it's part of the culture. That's what inspired this program, The Culture, right? Because that motivated me to take a look and do some research on what's happening in their community. What type of criminal activity is happening in their community, right? And unlike in the black community where the crime is mainly motivated by the socioeconomic environment, like I said, usually you'll see that criminal activity tends to decrease as black families rise up the economic ladder. But in the other community, in their community, it's slightly different. I noticed that it's different types of crimes taking place. It's not socioeconomic crimes taking place at high rates in their community. It's mainly, unfortunately, crimes against children. Mainly, crimes against children seems to be the main arena of criminal activity in their community, right? At a very high astronomical rate, like at an international level. So of course we had to dive deep into the research, the statistics, and see what it says, and come to find out, even though a certain demographic of men in this country is only 29% of the population, they commit the overwhelming majority, vast majority of all the most demonic, diabolical crimes, especially those against children, unfortunately. So one can only assume the same way they talk about the black community and say that it's black culture, one can only assume that these activities must be part of their culture, right? Right? So anyway, so one of these guys came into my comment section and he said this at the top. Can someone point me to a culture that effectively protects all of its children? Where there isn't trafficking, there's slavery. And when it's not that, the people are eating the children. So it's not a culture issue. It's demonic worship. It is everywhere, right? So I responded at the bottom. I said this. Now, it's everybody and it's all cultures when we discuss these guys, but it's a black male issue when we discuss black men. Nope. When you have a demographic dominating the numbers across the world, we're going to discuss this culture by itself without deflecting to anybody else. Now, listen, we got to talk about that. I'm not going to accept being lumped in the same bucket with you guys. All right. I'm not going to be lumped in the same category with you. You are in a category by yourself. You are in a league of your own. Don't try to jump me in the boat with you. No, you by yourself. Right? We've seen the numbers. We've seen the statistics. We know what's going on, bro. You are dominating the numbers. You dominating the game. Don't put me in the same bucket with you. Take a look up on the screen, right? Now we got to go back to some of the data we've already discussed in previous videos, right? This research paper, arrests and prosecutions for crimes against animals, right? Offenders from 1975 to 2015, right? Of those arrested for crimes against animals, when I say crimes against animals, I'm talking about those having romantic relations with foreign species, right? Of those arrested for those crimes against animals, 71% were white, right? 5%, 5.5% were black, right? So we're not gonna, it's everybody's culture. It's everybody. It's all men. We all doing it. No, brother. No, we not doing it. No, all of us ain't doing it. So that's the first thing, number one, right? That's the first thing. Y'all love doing that, right? When it's the black man got to stand alone, right? When you're talking about what the black man doing, you never try to jump everybody else in the boat with the black man. When the black man is under the spotlight, when the black man is under interrogation, you notice they never try to put all men in the category with black men. You never hear, well, all men are doing this. All men do this. All men do that. No, it's black men do this. Black men do that. Even black men who don't even do it got to be held accountable for it. But now when it comes to you, it's all men, brother. It's all men, brother. It's all of us, right? We're all doing it. We're all terrible. No, No. But that's how I know I got you on the back foot. Once they start talking, oh, it's all men. That's how you know you're winning the argument. You're winning the intellectual argument once they try to come out with the it's all men doing it. No. If you by yourself at 29% of the population approximately are committing over 70% of the offenses and I'm only committing 5%, no, all men are not doing it. No, it's not all of us, bro. No, it's you. The vast majority of the time, it's you doing some debauchery. Don't try to dump me in the category with you because you don't want to take the heat. You don't want to take the spotlight. You don't want to take the fire. No, it's you. So stand in your debauchery. Stand in your depravity. Don't try to lump me in the same category with you. Because like I said, when the black man is in a hot seat, I don't see any other group of men volunteering to, oh, it's all men. I don't see nobody coming to the defense of black men. Oh, it's all men. It's all men committing crimes. It's not just black men. It's all men. No, it's black men. It's black men. But now when it's time to put the mirror back to you, oh, it's all men, brother. It's all of us, brother. It's all of us. It ain't just me. It's all of us. No, I look at the numbers. It's you, goofy. Now, off the animals, right? Forget the animals, even though that's terrible, right? Let's go to the crimes against children, right? The worst crime of all, the most terrible crime you could commit, a crime against children. Now, according to the Federal Sentencing Commission, even though a certain demographic of males only comprise about 29% of the American population, right? 98.8% of those who caught cases for crimes involving illegal materials involving minors, 98.8% were men. But when you go even deeper, you realize that over 70% of those were white men. 77.1% were whites. 5.8% were black. So just like the conversation in regards to the animals, right? If you're committing over 70% of the offenses and I'm committing less than 10%, how can you say that it's all men? We all doing it. It's all of us doing it. How? Almost 80% of the time, anybody's getting caught with some dirty hard drive full of illegal materials involving minors. It's you, right? So how you going to put me in the same category with you when you're the grand champion? You're the grand champion of this arena, bro. How you going to put me in the same category with you? If black men were doing anything at almost 80% of the rate, nobody would try to jump anybody else into the category. Oh, well, this guy does it 3% of the time too. This guy does it 10% of the time too. No, they would just say black men got to be held accountable. That's it. It wouldn't be all this, oh, it's every culture. It's all culture. It's all men. No. You are 29% of the population, and every single day there are federal indictments coming down for your demographic involving illegal materials involving minors on your hard drives and on your computers and on your cell phones. Every single day, arrests are being made. Every single day, search warrants are being executed on your residences across America for illegal materials involving minors. You are over 70% of the offenders, right? The same way you tell black men, look at our culture, look at your culture, right? What kind of culture produces this? In fact, take a look up on the screen. Also, according to the Federal Sentencing Commission, 67% of individuals in cases involving the production of illegal images and videos involving minors were whites. That means that you are almost 70% of those producing the illegal images and videos of minors, right? You dominate the entire industry from the production, the distribution, and the consumption. Not only that, you guys have established international networks for this type of activity, right? Remember we discussed the guy from Virginia in yesterday's episode that was arrested and he got caught in a sting operation by the authorities, right? With the undercover officer. He was like, listen, I got connects out in the Philippines if you want access to children. I know how to get children, right? You guys have international networks in order to find children. You guys are on a different level when it comes to this activity, right? So that's why I say, don't try to put everybody else in your category. Everybody else ain't involved in this type of activity at this level, right? To the point where governments had to put laws on the books against you. Take a look up on the screen. The primary United States extraterritorial law for prosecuting those who engage in illegal activity with children abroad is the Protect Act of 2003. This law allows the United States to prosecute American citizens and residents for illegal activity with minors that occurs in a foreign country. Do you know why they had to put that law on the books? Because a certain demographic of men was going all over the world, destroying the United States' relationship with foreign countries. The United States started gaining a negative reputation around the world for exporting predators to foreign countries, right? Different countries around the world started complaining because the United States were sending so many citizens to their countries that ended up engaging in predatory behavior with the minors, right? So they had to put laws on the books laws on the books protecting the children of foreign countries because a certain demographic from a certain culture engaging in certain activities was going around destroying the foreign policy relationship of the United States government. Do you know how much debauchery you had to be engaging in for the lawmakers in the United States, France, Britain, New Zealand, Australia, etc., every country and society you occupy to put laws on the books protecting children overseas? And I know how bad it gets. I know how truly bad it gets because I'm Haitian, right? Every single year, there are multiple scandals of some white man from some country, wherever it is, the United States, Canada, whatever, right? He comes to Haiti, starts up an orphanage. He comes to Haiti, starts up a charity. Later find out a bunch of victims come out the woodwork. 30 victims, 50 victims, right? They come out and start talking about, oh man, he was doing this to me. He was making me do this. I was only 7 years old, right? Every single year, there's multiple scandals in my country of these guys coming to the country engaging on top of pure debauchery. So when it comes to this topic, it's very personal for me, right? So I'm not going to allow you to try to deflect the blame onto other groups of men to soften the blow for yourself. No, you're going to stand in your accountability. You're going to stand in your accountability, right? Just like when it's time to talk about Chicago, nobody says, oh, well, no, it's all men. All men commit violent crimes. It's not only black men that do it. It's all men. No, when it's time to talk about black men, they say black men doing it. Black men do this. Even if all men do it, right? Even if all men do something, they still say black men do it, right? So how come when it comes to you, why are we supposed to give you all this privilege? Break you down into different groups. Oh, it's not white men doing it. It's the radical left. It's not white men doing it. It's all men doing it. It's not white men doing it. It's all cultures doing it. How come you can't just stand in your accountability like a man? The same accountability you demand from everybody else. But when it's time for you, oh, it's not all men doing it. It's the Jewish men doing it. It's not all men doing it, right? When it's time for us to put you in the hot seat, put you in the spotlight, now all of a sudden you want to twist and turn. You don't want to stand still. No, sit in the seat. You're going to take this accountability like a man. Anyways, let's get into today's episode of The Culture. Let's get into our news stories for the day, right? Now, remember on yesterday's episode, I forget which one, but we discussed this guy that tried to kidnap an 11-year-old girl. Now, listen, we discussed so many kidnapping cases over the past month. Man, you guys love kidnapping, right? Besides the crimes against children, when it comes to kidnapping, oh boy, y'all kidnapping all type of demographics. A 2-year-old boy in Louisiana was kidnapped last week, right? A 15-year-old girl you tried to kidnap in an SUV. We discussed another woman that was kidnapped that was held at gunpoint in the woods. Another woman was kidnapped, held in involuntary servitude. There was another guy who was arrested because he had 4 people locked in his basement for 10 years. And the police only discovered it when one of them died, right? And all of these stories happened in the last 45 days, right? So, like I said, man, we do not talk about the calamity, the chaos happening in your community, right? We're done putting the spotlight on the black man. The black man has had enough of the spotlight, right? We enjoyed our time in the spotlight. It's time for you to sit in the hot seat. It's time for you to get in the spotlight. It's time for you to enjoy some attention. Now, let's get into today's story. Now, this guy we discussed yesterday, who was arrested for trying to kidnap an 11-year-old girl, he said he would do it again. Take a look at the headline. A man who tried to kidnap an 11-year-old girl warned that he would be back again the next day. Let's get into this story. An Arizona man is behind bars for trying to kidnap an 11-year-old girl, according to police. And he apparently told the police that he would do it again. Oh, man. Christopher Leon, 34 years old, stands accused of attempted kidnapping and aggravated assault, according to the police department. And such charges are apparently not a first for him. The defendant allegedly admitting to being convicted of crimes against children in the past after being arrested over the weekend. And he also allegedly said that the incident will not be his last. Man, listen, man. Welcome to The Culture, man. Let's continue. The child said that an unknown man had grabbed her by the arm and tried to place cash into her hands. The girl, however, declined the offer. And after she refused, Mr. Leon allegedly asked her what time it was and then told her that he would be back to get her the next day. After being threatened, the girl pulled away and ran back towards the school for help. When the child escaped, Mr. Leon allegedly reiterated the threat to return, according to police. During an interview, the man allegedly told the investigators that he saw the young girl walking and thought that she was beautiful, according to court documents. The man allegedly said that he tried to give her money in order to make her attracted to him and interested in talking to him. And he also said that he had fantasies about the girl and he would have tried to kiss her if she didn't run away. Amid this allegedly valuable confession were claims from Mr. Leon himself that he was attracted to young girls and he would do it again if he wasn't punished by the law, according to the court documents. The defendant allegedly confessed to engaging in 3 similar incidents involving children in Tucson and Tulsa, according to police. Now listen, man. Listen, like I said, yes, all human beings, all demographics engage in criminal activity, but that's not the topic. The topic is which demographic is dominating in certain arenas of criminal activity, right? Just like when you guys talk about the so-called 1350, right? When you say 1350, when you say black men are X amount of the population committing X amount of the crimes, you're not saying that other groups of men don't also commit similar crimes. You're saying that black men are overrepresented in certain sectors of criminality. So we're simply flipping that back on its head towards you. We're saying that you are overrepresented in certain sectors of criminality. We're not saying that other groups of men are not engaged in criminality. That's a different conversation. We're saying that you are engaged in criminality at a higher level, at a more sophisticated level, at a more frequent level than other groups of men, according to the statistics, the arrests, and the convictions, and the fact that laws had to be put on the books against you. That's what we're saying, right? That's the conversation, right? So stand to your accountability, right? Like a man, and stop trying to deflect the conversation to different topics. Oh, it's all men doing it. It's all men, kidnapping girls in broad daylight. No, yes, all men engage in criminal activity, but it's one group of men that is dominating in certain arenas of criminal activity. That's what we're saying. So don't try to change the topic. Now let's continue. Next story, October 7th today, a woman with whiskey inside her purse and an alcohol level of 0.245 rolled her friend's Cadillac SUV and sent him flying 30 feet and split his head open. Oh, calamity in the community. My God. Let's get into it. A Wisconsin driver is headed to prison for a deadly drunk driving crash that sent her passenger flying 30 feet out of the car into a ditch, causing his head to be split open, exposing his brain. Calamity in the community, man. Listen, chaos, mayhem, and destruction in the community. Let's continue. Next story today, October 7th. A man who suspected his neighbor of having an affair with his wife stabbed the man in front of his 5-year-old child. My God. A 44-year-old man in Minnesota has been arrested after he allegedly broke into his neighbor's home, stabbing the man multiple times in front of his 5-year-old daughter because he believed the victim had an affair with his wife. Destruction and chaos and turbulence and instability in the community. Welcome to the culture, man. Let's continue. Next story, October 7th today. A Meridian man has been arrested after pointing a loaded handgun at 3 men. Now, listen, yesterday it was the guy who was arrested for indecent exposure. He was exposing himself to the public. Then we had the other guy at the grocery store making terroristic threats. Now we have this guy pointing a loaded firearm at civilians and pedestrians and taxpayers. Like, what is happening in the community? Let's continue. Next story, October 7th today. Disturbing details reveal more charges for a man arrested in a case involving minors. Let's continue. A man identified as Derek Collins was arrested after investigators found illegal material on his phone during search. According to the arrest affidavit, Mr. Collins already had 3 outstanding warrants from Montgomery County for online solicitation of a minor under the age of 14 and 2 separate charges for invasive recording. The police obtained a search warrant for his phone and reported discovering multiple videos involving minors. Mr. Collins was read his rights and agreed to speak with the investigators. He admitted to having a long-standing addiction to videos and images of minors and acknowledged that he was exchanging images and messages on social media. The affidavit states that Mr. Collins continued to have conversations with individuals that he knew to be underage, including one identified as a 14-year-old girl, with the intent to engage or promote unlawful conduct with the minor. Now, listen, man, that's why I say you can't put me in the same category with you, right? When you're committing 70 to 80% of the offenses and you telling the police that you have an addiction to the children, listen, don't put me in the same category with you. But listen, don't put me in the same category with you, because when it's time for the black man to be put in the hot seat, I don't see anybody else volunteering to share the burden, right? I don't see anybody saying it's all men doing this, all men doing that. No. You guys and your long-standing addictions and your 70 to 80% arrest and conviction rate. Listen, that's you. That's all you. Leave me alone, bro. Don't try to throw me in the vehicle with you. Oh no, it's a black man doing it too. Bro, stop it. Stop it. Take your accountability just like you want the black man to take his accountability, right? This is your community. This is a problem in your community, for real. Let's continue. Next story, October 7th today. A man has been arrested after setting fire to a camper. Now, first, it was the crimes against children. Then I noticed that you guys have a hot streak with the kidnapping. Now I'm noticing a bunch of recent cases of you guys setting fires to buildings, setting fires to campers, setting fires to your ex-girlfriend's house. Man, what's up with the arson, right? What's up with the arson, right? Man, kidnapping, arson, crimes against children, financial crimes. I mean, like, man, you guys, man, what's going on in the community? Welcome to the culture, man. Let's continue. Next story, October 7th today. A man has been arrested for crimes involving minors. Like I said, man, every single day, not a day goes by in these United States of America where a certain demographic of men is not getting put in handcuffs for crimes against children. Not a single day goes by. Ever since I started this series, I've been keeping track, right? Not a single day goes by where a news story does not get reported of some individual somewhere, multiple, not even just one, but multiple, in multiple different counties, multiple different states, crimes involving minors. Like, wow. I see why you guys had to keep the focus and the attention on the black man the whole time, because you know if the attention or the focus ever turned back onto you, then everybody would notice that enormous pile of dirty laundry that you were hiding in the closet. But don't worry, we're going to take all that dirty laundry out of the closet and we're going to put it in the middle of the street. We're going to put all your dirty laundry in the middle of the street so the whole neighborhood can see it. The whole neighborhood can see all the impurities and all the imperfections and all the abnormalities and all the depravity that you've been hiding in the closet. We're going to take it. We're going to bring you out of the closet. We're going to take you out of the closet, brother. Come out the closet. Let's continue. September 29th, the other day, a man has been charged with the illegal transportation of minors. 29-year-old Mr. Radar Blankenship has been arrested as part of an investigation into the disappearance of a 13-year-old child reported missing on June 22nd. Investigators say Mr. Blankenship is linked to an online group chat where adults allegedly offered money to minors in exchange for illegal images and illegal encounters. He now faces 2 counts of human trafficking of a minor under the age of 16. And that's the thing. That goes back to what I say. The reason why what sets you guys apart is that when you guys engage in criminal activity like this, you target children of all communities. Like I said, you guys will go all the way to the Haitian countryside just to get your hands on some children, right? So that's the thing. So when you try to say all men do it, no, all men are not targeting children of all groups like you are, right? All men are not going to the European ghettos and looking for European children like you go to the African countryside and the Caribbean villages looking for children, right? All men are not doing what you're doing. All men did not make their governments put extraterritorial laws on the books to protect children of foreign states, right? That was the men of your culture, men of your race, men of your societies, right? So no, don't try to, it's all men doing it. We all doing it, brother. We all doing it. No, we not doing it at this level. We not doing it like you, right? You the grand champion. You control the whole industry. Stop it, brother. Stop it. Please stop. Everybody's not doing it like you, right? Like, for example, if I own a pharmacy, a mom and pop shop, right? But then you have CVS and Walgreens. Yes, we're both in the pharmaceutical business. We both have retail pharmacies, but obviously CVS and Walgreens are doing it at a very high level, at a very sophisticated level, right? They're international. They have hundreds of stores. You know what I mean? I got 2-3 stores, but CVS and Walgreens, man, they international. They playing with billions, right? That's kind of what it is with you when it comes to the crimes against children. You're like Walgreens and CVS, right? You're Walgreens, CVS. You're the big chain pharmacies. You're the big man on the block, right? But you're trying to say, I'm just like the mom and pop shop on the corner. We're the same, right? We're the same. We're all doing it. No, brother, you're the big guy. You're the big shop. You're the big kahuna. You're the big fish. Next story. Eric and Kia Cadogan in prison on terrible charges involving minors. Let's get into it. Authorities in the Florida Keys have uncovered a deeply disturbing case surrounding a 48-year-old man named Eric Cadogan. Investigators say Mr. Cadogan used a sailboat where he lived with his family as the setting for horrific crimes against children. Mr. Eric Cadogan, already serving a 20-year federal sentence for distributing illegal images of minors after being caught in a federal operation, now faces additional state charges, including incest, as well as crimes against children. According to the investigation, Mr. Cadogan not only committed crimes against his own children, but he also filmed the crimes on his cell phone, and his wife has also been charged in connection with the case. And law enforcement says that Mr. Eric Cadogan made his wife have relations with the children, and he filmed it and sold the videos. Now, like I said, listen, don't try to say all men doing this. All men do it. We're all doing it. We're all making our wives have relations with our children. We're all doing it. It's all men doing it. We're all doing it. No, brother. No, you got to stand on your own with this one, man. You got to stand on your own with this one. Like I said, when you want to talk about the black man, I have no problem. You want to put the black man in the hot seat, that's fine, right? But just keep that same energy. The same way you say, oh, it's black man, it's the black culture, it's the black community. When it's time for us to have the same conversation about the white man and the white culture and the white community, don't try to deflect and say all men doing it, we're all doing it. No, all men are not making their wives get on video and have relations with their children. That's not happening, brother. That's just not happening. That's not happening. It's only one demographic of men that you could expect that from. It's not like, I'm just being honest. I'm just being real, bro. I'm just being real, right? I'm just being real. Take your accountability like a man. Take your accountability. Address the calamity taking place in your community, especially when it comes to the children. And you should focus your energy inward. Look inward towards yourself and your community and the calamity taking place around you, and stop spending so much of your time worried about the black man and what the black man is doing, right? Because how can you be only 29% of the population committing the vast majority of the most demonic, diabolical crimes, right? And if we take that same number and make it globally, right? Let's say you're globally like what, 5% of the global population, right? 4%, 5%. So that would mean 5% of the global population, right, is probably committing an extremely overrepresented amount of crime internationally when it comes to crimes in this sector. Because like I said, you guys love going overseas, right? You guys love going to Haiti. You love going to the Philippines. You love going to Singapore. You love going to Kenya. You love going to the Gambia. You love going to all these different places around the world where you can engage in your filth and your debauchery under the cover of darkness. So once we take that number, the 2977, whatever, that probably stretches to like 5 over like 75. Like, to be real with you, bro, like it really probably goes like real crazy. Because like I said, you target children of every group. That's why your crime is unique, right? That's why your crime is unique. When it comes to the black man, when it comes to other groups of men, their criminality is typically relegated into their own communities, right? But when it comes to you, the victims of your crimes come from all backgrounds, all races, all classes. You have a large variety when it comes to the victims of your crimes, right? So that's why we have to talk to you. That's why we have to talk about you, right? And listen, I just want to thank you. Just know that the reason why we started this series was because you guys spent so much of your time trying to slander and spread negative propaganda against the black community. So now this is your response. You have started the culture war, right? You wanted to start the culture war. So now this is the culture war that you started, right? So listen, and I'm not letting my foot off the gas anytime soon. I'm not letting my foot off the gas anytime soon. You wanted a culture war. You got it. You got it. You wanted your culture war. You got it. Now, anyway, it's your boy Neferkari, that's Salim, back in the Billy, yes indeed. Second single off the next project, The Spy in Bamako. Pin comment at the top, link in the description. Subscribe to the Patreon, NTD 1814, and I'm gone. Peace. Feel like they see me, I feel like I'm Saudi or ran up on Yana in the middle of Bamako. Enemy line, they claiming he innocent. Don't do no talking, I gotta move militant. Don't do no talking, I hit him with facts. 1804, bringing it back. 1804 like I'm Mother Cap Henry. King with the vision, the crown never empty. Top of the mountain, my soldiers defend me. Ducking and dodging the foreign intelligence. Hitting my dance on the DGSE. Dodging they traps, still on my feet, feeling impeccable, feel like I'm shining. Go to my neck and I'm flooded with diamonds. Go to my neck and I feel like a mess. Feel like a lion, I'm in the savannah. Feel like the king when I'm up in the jungle. Never defeated, I never been humble. Come out victorious every encounter. Money machine give me help when I count it. Money machine stack it up in a beat. Heart of a king and I ride for the team. Weight of the world got it stuck on my shoulders. Bet you can feel it, my heart getting colder. Yeah, gotta stay focused so when it's in shots, I gotta react. Cause I'm a target, I'm under attack. Grabbing a weapon, I tell her get back. Mission exposed, secrets unfold. Enemy try, but I'm still in control. Got your boy sitting in Bamako prison, hoping they wish we sending them home. Enemy know that we good under pressure. Been through the thunderous, turbulent storm. Shorty a diamond, I told her she pressure. Hop in a whip and I'm taking her home. Hop in a whip and I'm swerving, I'm smashed. Killing my enemies, one of my passion. Rocking this gold like we in bikini. Feel like the captain, I'm clutching a heater. Yeah, gotta stay focused so when it's in shots, I gotta react. Cause I'm a target, I'm under attack. Grabbing a weapon, I tell her get back. Mission exposed, secrets unfold. Enemy try, but I'm still in control. Got your boy sitting in Bamako prison, hoping they wish we sending them home. Enemy know that we good under pressure. Been through the thunderous, turbulent storm. Shorty a diamond, I told her she pressure. Hop in a whip and I'm taking her home.